Welcome to the AEW WrestleDream post show with the Holy Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I'm that bald bro for the NYC.
We here late night into Sunday morning, but we gotta do the damn job that everybody in the world can't do, and that's a post show for AEW, man. Hell of a show tonight, man. Hell of a show.
Oh man, I mean, you know what? For this to be considered a B-level show for AEW, not one of the big main shows for AEW, not being an all out and all in, a full gear or a revolution, this show knocked it out of the park, man, from start to finish. I mean, first off, it had one of the craziest starts to a pay-per-view I've ever seen. I mean, you go from the tailgate brawl, like a free show on YouTube or TNT, wherever you watch, and then oh, you want to watch the conclusion of this? Yo, buy the damn pay per view. I love it. That was beautiful marketing strategy, I think, by TK and AEW. That was perfect. But dude, for me personally, like from start to finish, this show knocked it out of the park. I mean, yeah, man, I can't say enough. I can't wait to start reviewing the show, man. It was great for me.
Well, let's do it. We will not do the brawl. We don't get all night for that, but we're going to jump right into the main PPV. And it started off, everybody thought this was supposed to be in the brawl segment, but like Bald Bro said, it trailed into the main pay-per-view during the match. The damn fireworks went off for the goddamn start of the show. It was incredible. And I'm talking about FTR and Jet Speed going at it, tag team match to start the show. And to nobody's surprise, FTR gets the win over Jet Speed. Your thoughts on this? Supposed to be closing match for the brawl, but opening match for the pay-per-view.
I mean, like I just said, I think this is a brilliant marketing strategy by AEW. Like you said, free match on the on the brawl pre-show, and I'm watching the clock. I'm looking like, yo, it's 5 minutes till the pay-per-view starts. There's no way this match is gonna end in no 4 or 5 minutes, and then the countdown hits, and oh. So I switch over to the pay-per-view, and like you said, the fireworks are going on. Were they still brawling and scrapping in the ring? That was beautiful. That's the craziest, maybe one of the craziest starts to a pay-per-view I've ever seen. But great tag team match between FTR and Jet Speed. I mean, they have incredible chemistry. I mean, it's just another reminder why FTR is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But that Jet Speed, they're up and coming. Not just as a tag team, but two great individuals on the rise in AEW, and Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. I mean, I think they've made a great impression on the AEW audience in 2025, and I think they're going to even have a better 2026, both as a team and individually. But that damn Stokely, he held down Speedball's legs for the 1-2-3 pin, and FTR with the win. Like you said, we didn't think this would be on the pay-per-view, but I love what they did. Another great match. The crowd was hot, and yeah, it just set the tone for an amazing night in AEW action. In my opinion, when AEW is on top, when AEW is clicking on all cylinders, the tag team division is what's rolling, is what sets the tone for the entire show. And like I said, the way that they started, they ended the brawl segment at the tailgate brawl and then started the pay-per-view. I mean, it was just a harbinger of things to come for the rest of the night of WrestleDream.
Definitely. Talking about tag team keeps it going. The women, they do as well. Jamie Hayter and Tekla put on an incredible match, but everybody learned today that Hayter hits hard as she put Tekla in a goddamn concussion protocol. Later, I've got the 1-2-3 headed into blood and guts. But how'd you feel about this one?
I loved it. I mean, this was technically the start of WrestleDream, if you want to go that way. And listen, we've been saying it for the longest. The women have been showing out for AEW in 2025. And tonight, I think this might be a first. I mean, three women's matches on a pay-per-view. Hopefully this becomes the norm going in the future, because not just all three matches, I think, showed out, and I think they all delivered. But yeah, like Hayter and Tekla, they were going at it. They weren't. It's like when you're watching go back to the 90s base. They're not trying to hit singles and doubles. They are trying to hit home runs, knock it out of the park. And Tekla, she tried her best, playing mind games, submission games, and try to keep the Hater grounded. But I mean, Hater's just too big, too strong, too powerful. And like I said, Hater hits hard, and that damn clothesline would just knocked, just squashed the spider 1, 2, 3. And like we said, we're on the road to blood and guts right now. So we'll see what happens within the next few weeks, man. I cannot wait for the women's blood and guts match. And yeah, I think Hater and Tekla, they're far from over from their feud and their beef. And I cannot wait to see what the other participants got ready inside of that double cage in Greensboro on November 12th.
Definitely, definitely. Next up, everybody and their mama wanted to wave their hands, and they got the chance too with Jurassic Express coming down to the ring to fight the Young Bucks for $500,000. It was so funny. Young Bucks coming to the ring, and everybody in the front row was holding dollars trying to get in money because they brokies. That was hilarious. But this match did not disappoint. Great from start to finish, and Jurassic Express get the win afterwards. The Don Callis family comes down to beat the hell out of Jurassic Express, but out comes to the rescue Kenny, by God, Omega. What a save from him. What a match from Jurassic Express, and the Young Bucks are still broke. Your thoughts on this one, Bald Bro?
We've heard the term restore the feeling like, the past year or so. And I thought that was kind of getting a little tired. I feel like we're in the next phase, the next generation of AEW. But man, if you talk about old school AEW vibes, we're talking 2019 to like 2021. It is the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express. And man, this just brought back all those cool vibes like from the early days of AEW. And from 2019 to 2025, both teams did not skip a beat. They did not miss a step. I mean, it's insane. Like, I mean, I didn't think it was possible. I think this might have been their best match between both teams. I mean, it's insane. Like, we got Jungle, Jungle. He ain't no Jungle Boy no more. That's Jungle Jack Man right there. He's a grown ass man. Got his pet dinosaur back. He's out there flipping. Jack Perry's out here flipping again. We are winning. We are on top. We have never been more back than we are today. But man, it's just so much good vibes, like seeing Jack Perry and Luchasaurus back together. I mean, they are a cohesive team, like they never split. Like he's just riding a bike, getting back on it like you never got off before. I mean, I cannot wait to see what they do in the tag team division going forward. Hopefully, future shot down the line. We'll wait and see. It looks like they got to deal with the Don Callis family first. And you know what? Little tease when Omega came out, him looking at the Bucks, like the Bucks are unsure right now. Like they don't know where they're going. They're in limbo right now. They lose all the time now. They're broke. They got no direction. So do roads lead back to to Omega, to Hangman, to Elite reunion? We shall see. But right now, they got their sights lined up with the Don Callis family. This war is far from over.
Definitely is. Another war that may be far from over or maybe not. It is the Hurt Syndicate and the Demand with our king, Bald Bro himself, Ricochet. But his baldness was not enough to get the job done. The Hurt Syndicate get the win here and now are lined up for a trios title match this Wednesday, Dynamite against the Ops. Your thoughts on the Hurt Syndicate getting the win over the Demand?
It was a solid match. You know what? Looking back at the match, it kind of started a little slow, but it picked up towards the middle and towards the end. I mean, listen, win or lose, I mean, Bishop and Toa, they've been showing out for the past few months, especially being paired up with Ricochet now and being the Demand. So even if they take an L, they still winning in my opinion. They're getting on your screens more. They're getting more reps, and whether it's trios, tag, or even occasional singles match here and there, they just keep getting better and better as time goes along. But I mean, this was physical. It was dirty. I mean, Bobby Lashley, I mean, this dude is over 50 years old, and he's just moving like he just started back in WWE almost 2 decades ago. Even Shelton Benjamin, we got to remember this dude is 50 years old, and he's doing like freaking just jumping over the top rope with ease, moving like you said, it's 2002 again, and he's facing Triple H in the main event on Monday Night Raw. I mean, this is just insane. And MVP looked great in there as well, like the balling tribute back to his old SmackDown days. But it was a good match for what it was, and I'm very intrigued for this trios championship match. This is coming Wednesday, but we'll get to it later because what happened later, it just got me that my interest level in the trios division just went from maybe a 4 or 5 up to a 10 up to 100. Man, I can't wait to talk about that.
Shout out Troy D. Gray over on Instagram, Main Event Dame, and Noah 805 saying, what a show. People staying up late for this one, but I appreciate y'all for joining us. Let's get to the next match, though. Kyle Fletcher, the Proto Star, defeats Mark Briscoe to retain that TNT title. I'm going to show my age with this one, but I haven't rooted for a hillbilly like that since the Dukes of Hazzard. If you know, you know. But damn it, I was rooting for Mark Briscoe. I wanted him to win this so bad. It was so many false finishes, but I guess this is what you do to build that moment, because when he does win that title, whether it be the TNT title or maybe he'll jump all the way up to the world title, who knows? That roof will explode for this man. He proved himself the last few months, this year, to be quite honest. He's not just some gimmick. He's a bona fide star if given the chance. But tonight was not his night. It belonged to Kyle Fletcher, the Proto Star. Your thoughts on this TNT title match, bro?
Before we get to the match, you know what I love in professional wrestling, especially when it comes to pay-per-views? I love pay-per-view special only attire, special gear for pay-per-view. Kyle Fletcher, ever since the Don Callis, he's been majority wearing pink all the time. Tonight, he had the black and pink like accents in his gear. I love pay-per-view specific gear. You could go back to Seth Rollins, SummerSlam 2015 when he faced John Cena, that all-white attire. Go to WrestleMania, 26 against The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, that all-white, that heavenly outfit. I love pay-per-view exclusive gear, but Kyle knocked it out of the park. Me being a huge Bret the Hitman Hart fan, I appreciated that. That was awesome. But the match itself, this was the 5th match in the series that they had. And you know what? I tweeted this earlier. Just on in-ring work alone, this is a candidate for rivalry of the year, because all 5 times these guys have stepped in the ring, it's just hard to do in the world of professional wrestling, but I swear they've had a different type of match. And every single time they step in the ring, and like you said, if and when Mark Briscoe does whether it's the TNT title, the World Heavyweight title, whichever, that roof is going to blow off into the damn stratosphere. But it's just not meant to be tonight, because, as good as Mark Briscoe is, Kyle Fletcher is just, with all due respect, he's just on a whole nother level. He's in a whole different galaxy right now. He's been with Don Callis for almost a year, easily the most improved wrestler in 2025. I mean, he went from a pretty good tag team wrestler to a future world heavyweight champion within the next 2-3 years. And this dude is not even in his prime yet. He's only 26 years old. He's only going to get better from here. But like you said, the false finishes, but that brain buster off the top turnbuckle is just brutal. It's nasty. And that's the match ender right there. No one should be kicking out of that. Just another notch in the belt for the Proto Star. Just in his ascent to greatness, and not just AEW, but the world of professional wrestling as a whole.
Shout out Noah 805. He's over there agreeing with you, saying Kyle's gear reminded me of Bret Hart. Definitely. Next up, the ladies take the stage as Chris Statlander defeats Toni Storm to retain the AEW Women's World title. This match was great. Toni Storm still looked like Toni Storm. She's nothing diminished in her role at all. But she put Statlander over. She made her look strong. She made her look like a legitimate champion. This is what professional wrestling is all about. You get some, you give some. And that's what Toni Storm did tonight. She put Statlander on the map with this match. Incredible match. But Statlander retains and is the queen of the galaxy. Your thoughts on this one, bro?
I loved it. I thought it was a phenomenal match, and I love the pacing of the match. I love the fact that it started slow and it built incrementally as the match went along. Like those last 6 or 7 minutes of the match, you saw the urgency on both women, like the urgency for Tony Storm, just to throw everything at Statlander, and Statlander just like she didn't just want to beat Tony Storm, she wanted to do it definitively. Like there was no doubt. Like all out, we could say, it was luck. It was the seatbelt pin from Wheeler Yuta, and it was a four-way match and blah blah. No, Statlander sent a message like, I am the number one woman in this division. I am the best. And but holy shit, freaking Tony Storm caught in that submission with yelling out, we can all hear, you gotta kill me. You gotta kill me to beat me. And that's what Statlander did. She broke the submission, hit her with another Saturday night for the 1, 2, 3. It was beautiful. Like you said, I mean, Tony Storm did everything in her power to put Statlander over, and Statlander did everything in her power to put herself over
Yep.
right there. Because, like you said, it's a give and take business in professional wrestling. I think both women did their job, and like I said, I mean, her reign is not going to end anytime soon, even with the surprise at the end of the match and where we're going towards the next pay-per-view. I don't care. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. We are in the era of the extraterrestrial being that is Chris Statlander. She is more than a woman, more than an alien. She is that champion.
Definitely. And speaking of what happened next, as Statlander was walking off to celebrate her victory, out comes Mercedes Ultimo Monet, who interferes her and kind of one-ups her, headed to the ring. She grabs the mic. As you all know, she made a statement saying anybody who wanted to defend their title against her, title for title, let's do it. And out comes Mina Shirakawa with her Ring of Honor Television Interim Championship. And as we all know, the writing was on the wall there. She just beat Jade Cargill's title reign for the TBS title. She was not going to lose it the day after. So Mercedes Monet defeats Mina Shirakawa to retain or claim, I should say, she never had it, the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship. Now, I said this on my live stream watch along. I said that everybody know I'm a mark for Charlotte Flair. You can hate me all you want. I think she's the GOAT. But tonight, I know I said on my live stream, Mercedes Moné passed her, but it is a tie. It's going to take to the end of the year to convince me that she can pass her. But Mercedes Moné has cemented herself as one of the, if not the greatest woman in professional wrestling's history. What she has done today will never be duplicated. I don't care what you want to say about the meaning or the quality of these belts. This lady's holding 11 titles, more than any wrestler in the history of professional wrestling at one time. She just surpassed Ultimo Dragon, calling herself now Mercedes Ultimo Moné, and I'm loving it. Mm-hmm. She deserves her flowers. So all you people online hating, giving her shit, shut the fuck up, bow your heads, close your mouth, and acknowledge greatness. Your thoughts on this, Bald Bro?
Even before I even get my thoughts on this, let me chime in real quick with a statement. What Mercedes Moné has done with this belt collector run that she's on, it's so a lot of people are just so short-sighted when it comes to Mercedes Moné and all the championship belts. It's not about the belts. It's about all the promotions that she is bringing eyes and attention to. These are promotions that know that majority of the fans out there who don't like her, who don't like the fact that she has all these belts, you never knew any of these promotions or the wrestlers that she's wrestling even existed. And here's another fact. She's less than 24 hours from wrestling Persephone and CMLL last night in Mexico. So one thing you cannot call her is lazy and unmotivated. She was in Arena Mexico last night, had a banger of a match with Persephone, another future star in the world of women's professional wrestling. That's another name, Persephone. Write that down. She will be a future superstar in this business. I mean, and that's an instance where Persephone got over more in a loss, in my opinion, than in a win. And that is possible, kids, if you've been watching wrestling as long as myself and Abe. But the and I'll finish before I get on the match. I'll say one more thing about her belt collector run. Her and her Mercedes and her belt collector run. What, the past year and a half, 11 belts. Ultimo Monet. She has done more for independent wrestling than WWE ID has done. Okay, we're coming up on
Definitely.
the 1 year anniversary of WID, and it already looks like it might not last too much longer. Okay, she has put promotions on the map, future stars on the map. It's
Mhm.
not about the damn belts. She is selling out tickets. She is packing houses. She is a draw around the world. And like Abe just said, this will never be replicated ever again, because who who else can we say that on multiple different continents, on multiple different countries, on dozens of promotions are going to call one singular wrestler and say, hey, you want to hold our belt, help us sell out a handful of shows over the next 6-7 months, and help us out? Absolutely. I mean, Jesus Christ, she could be showing up on TV once a week and call it a day. But no, her Mercedes' purpose is more important than any storyline in AEW. She is serving a bigger and more important purpose for the entire world of professional wrestling right now. But like I said, when it comes to Mercedes Moné, a lot of people are just short-sighted. They can barely see what's in front of them. They can't see the bigger goal that's beyond them, that's a little further out. All right. So back on the match real quick. Great match between her and Mina. But I think the writing was on the wall. Mercedes ain't losing. She just broke the TBS title record from Jade Cargill. And speaking of which, they showed each other respect on social media. Jade showed her respect and vice versa. Wow, shocking. Two women from different promotions can get along. I mean,
Right.
who freaking knew? But after the match, this is the big news. Stat
Talk
comes
about it.
back. Stat comes back. She got a little. I say she got a little embarrassed when Mercedes came out, shooed her away. Nah, Stat came back to get her lick back, laid out Mercedes, ruined her celebration for getting 11 belts, and now it is official at Full Gear. We are getting Stat versus Mercedes 3 at Full Gear. Now here's the thing. Like I said earlier, Stat is nowhere near close to her title reign being over already. Mercedes is up 2-0. Full Gear is always the pay-per-view. They do the revenge arcs, but they've done it with Hangman and Kenny. They've done it with MJF. That's the pay-per-view where they right a lot of wrongs in history. I'm calling it right now. Statlander will beat Mercedes at Full Gear next month, because you know what the theme will continue to be? All those belts Mercedes has, it will be her second attempt at losing the women's world title. That's the one she just can't get.
Mhm.
I don't think she will get that until that's her main focus. And when I mean main focus, all those other belts, she's going to start losing one by one by one. She wants the biggest title in the game. That has to be her only objective, her only goal right there. I think Stat will hold serve and beat Mercedes next month in
I'm all
Newark.
for it, man. I'm all
Yes,
for it.
sir.
We was almost did not do this post show, but I'm so glad we did. It's a shitload of people watching this. So shout out to everybody. Thomas, wrestling from the 313. Hey, Rose, what the hell you doing in the comments? Jump on the show, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't even know you were still up.
yeah.
But a couple comments right here. Shout out where Matt the
Oh,
Dooley saying
Matt, what's
hello.
up, Matt?
Jordan, regardless of promotion size, she helps each one do their best business ever.
Mhm.
And it's not TK putting these belts on her, it's the promotion, because it guarantees a
A
return date.
return date.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Jordan also saying MJF and her syndicate reuniting and taking all the gold from Hangman and the ops while they bicker. Okay, that'll be a nice little swerve right there. Shout out Polo, the Square Circle boys. Hey, the show was good, but the ending had me like, really? Hey, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk
We
about
get
that,
to that.
brother.
We get to that.
Stay tuned. But next up, after all the ladies do what they do, AEW World Tag Team titles being defended. Bro Dito versus Takeshita and Okada. This match did not disappoint, not at all. The bickering between Okada and Takeshita to continue. To me, it actually went to another level. When they collide, it's going to be something special. I'm praying it's in the Tokyo Dome. I don't know, but we'll see. But this match was incredible. And as everyone expected, Bro Dito retains as Bandito hits the 21 plex on Okada, getting the 1, 2, 3, and steal. You said they were that Bandito needed consideration for wrestler of the year. I'm 1,000% behind you, man. He may not win it, but he definitely needs to be top 5 for just what he's doing in the ring. Tag team, they already got that locked up in my book, but Bandito definitely himself is a top 5 wrestler of the year, hands down. Your thoughts on this match, Ball, bro?
Oh, this was an amazing match. For me personally, I think this is the match of the night, in my opinion. This did not disappoint, like from start to finish. I mean, like you saw the storytelling right there, and just the look when Okada came out and Takeshita has that New Japan World Heavyweight title, around it, just holding it right in the middle of the ring. He's just eyeing it like, damn, that's my past right there. And like you said, you knew they were gonna come to butts of heads, eventually. And just that spot where Okada's trying to hit Bandito with the Rainmaker, hit some Takeshita, but he didn't even look upset about it. He didn't look upset. He flipped them out, flipped them off the entire way. Big ass like shit eating grin from ear to ear. But man, listen, like Brodito, in my opinion, is tag team of the year. And like you just said, Bandito, I've been on the fence like the past couple months. Like, nah, for me, I know we got 2 months to go. Right now, Bandito's my wrestler of the year. I mean, he has just shown out in that ring. I love the chemistry between him and Brody. And yeah, you said he hit the 21 plex for one. No, he hit a one-armed 21 plex on Okada. If I'm correct, he's only the second wrestler in AEW to pin Okada in the middle of the ring. So now this upcoming Wednesday, we have a 1v1 match, Bandito and Okada for the unified title. I mean, let's see what happens with that. But yeah, this match was great from start to finish. I mean, and we finally got it. We finally got Brody King doing the Macarena at the end of the match with him and Bandito. The crowd loved it. World peace is brung across the whole nation, across the whole globe. I mean, it was beautiful sight to see. But yeah, this is my match of the night, and I'm calling right now, Bandito's my wrestler of the year, man. This guy has been absolutely amazing, and he's a future world heavyweight champion. And within the next couple of years, that's a guarantee. That's a cannot miss opportunity for AEW, especially with their relationship with CMLL.
Definitely, I 1,000% agree with you. And so does Noah. He's saying Bandito pinning Okada was crazy. Noah 805 over on Instagram. You are 1,000% correct. That was amazing. And next up, the World Heavyweight Championship was not the main event, but it did not disappoint at all as a co-main event as Adam Hangman Page defeats Samoa Joe with not one, with not two, but 3 buckshot lariats back to back to back to lay the big man down, and still AEW World Heavyweight Champion Hangman Page. Afterwards, Samoa Joe gets up. Very nice, touching moment. They hugged it out. I'm like, damn, man. Good shit, Joe. And then that son of a bitch turns on everyone, lays them out, gives them the spine buster off the top rope, and lets them know, cowboy, this shit ain't over. It was so funny. During the match, Joe had the crowd won over. They were chanting, Joe is going to kill you to the champ. But instantaneously, they were screaming, fuck Joe at the end, and everybody in their mama wanted him dead. So Hangman probably will too. I can see this playing a factor later on in Dynamite. I'll let you talk about it. I think you were getting there earlier, but how'd you feel about this match?
I mean, you know, I'm still stuck at the end. I'm gonna try to go through the match. I'm just still stuck at the end, like my reaction towards the end. But great match, I think, between both of them. I think it was a nice, refreshing change of pace for Hangman as far as opponent. I mean, he had to dig deep for this one. He has not faced a physically imposing opponent like Samoa Joe. Not just that, but I mean, experienced it. 2-3 decades in the business. He's been through the rigor. He's been through wars and so many promotions. Like I think it was a much needed, like I said, change of pace for Hangman Page. But I mean, like you said, it was not one, not two, but three buckshot Larrys to take him out. But man, they got me. They got that crowd because when Joe hit that clothesline on Hangman, turned his back. But man, you see the ops were in it on too. You see Hobbs and Shibata. So now we got a heel ops going up against the Hurt Syndicate on Wednesday. Oh, that's gonna be
With a
nasty.
pissed off Hangman.
With a pissed off Hangman lurking around. So I mean, does he cost the ops their titles? Who knows? We'll see. And then that nasty muscle buster that Joe hit Hangman onto his world championship title, like square on his back. Oh man, that was beautiful. Listen, Samoa Joe is just one of the meanest motherfuckers you have ever seen in the wrestling business. He's one of the most believable badasses you will ever see in the square circle. He's the greatest wrestler named Joe ever. I mean, he's the greatest
Whoa, whoa,
he's the most
whoa.
legitimate Samoan guy named Joe. I con- conspiracy theory right here. Conspiracy theory right here. They did not let Joe go full 100% in WWE because if they did, if we got this Samoa Joe in WWE, that would have been the number one Joe in that promotion. I
Wow. He said that, not me.
I mean, listen, all due respect to the tribal chief out there, all due respect, playing the ones to the sky. When this motherfucker Samoa Joe is on, like this, I mean, or even dude, he's untouchable as far as just believability, just badass, just a fucking menace to society. Like, man, whatever, if it just runs to full gear or world's end, it's gonna be an incredible ride that Samoa Joe is gonna take us on. But yeah, that was a swerve that nobody saw coming right there. And that's what we love in professional wrestling. Just when we think you're going this way, they zig and take you that way and jam, just leave the crowd just like flustered and just bewildered, like what the fuck just happened. I love it. We need more of that.
Damn, they're agreeing with you in the chat. Joe
Mom,
doesn't need a Paul Heyman or a right hand man. He's that dude. Oh my God, y'all are
listen,
drunk
Joe.
tonight.
Joe is everything. He is the main character. He's his own right hand man. He's his own advocate. He's his own X, Y, and Z, entire alphabet. All that damn shit. I mean, oh goddamn, man, fucking Samoa Joe's just the coolest, most authentic motherfuckers you have ever seen in that ring. And man, like I said, let's enjoy him for however long we have him in wrestling. Because I think he did a podcast earlier a few days ago saying that whenever his AEW contract does end, that more than likely he'll retire. So whether that's 2-3 years, I mean, that's another guy that when he steps in that ropes for the last time, it's gonna hit a lot of us in the feelings, man. From his Ring of Honor days to TNA to NXT, WWE, and now in AEW, that this guy is gonna leave a trail that maybe no one ever is gonna be able to follow behind him. I mean, but yeah, let's enjoy Samoa Joe for as long as we have him here. But God, such good shit, man.
Incredible. I was hesitant on this not being the main event, but when I saw the main event, I understood why. The emotion that was portrayed today between Darby Allin and John Moxley was absolute incredible. It was like a father beating a son, trying to make him a man. The son just wouldn't quit. It was a second that I thought Moxley was going to quit just to save Darby, but nope.
Mhm.
He grabs the aquarium, starts to drown him. The ops, I mean, not the ops, the Death Riders come out. They're helping. I'm screaming, does Darby have any friends? And then the light goes out, and out comes Santa Sting with that white beard and that baseball bat, wrecking shop, evening things out. He leaves, carries Marina off. Darby grabs the bat, beats the hell out of Jon Moxley, puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and makes him say, I quit. Choked him out with the AEW flag from Mount Everest, like he said. That picture at the end with Darby Allin holding up that AEW flag. We always talk about it being pillars to this company. I think tonight, Darby Allin knocked all the pillars down, and him holding that flag up was a scream to the entire world saying, I myself alone am holding up this company. And he may be right, man. He is next up when it comes to the pillars at winning that world title. I think he will be the one to either dethrone Hangman, or if something happens with him and Joe ends up getting it and he has to take it off of a heel and does it with Joe. But Darby Allin is on a collision course for that AEW world title in my book. This match was incredible. I have no complaints. I see some in the comments, but none here. Your thoughts on this one, bro?
Man, like when we found out earlier in the night that this was being eventing it, I just had like in the back of my head like this nervous energy. I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do? What are we gonna do? That, like, for those of you know, me and Abe, we were in Toronto. We were there
Yeah.
for the coffin match. We saw these.
Live.
We were there live in the living color, and I'm like, and then when we hear the I quit match, like, what the hell are they gonna do to top that? And then the bell rang, and it's like, oh, the skewers and the fingernails. I had to turn away. I'm like, oh god, the skewers and the fingernails, and then Claudio coming out. You think he's gonna throw him through the two tables on the outside? No, he about faces and throws Darby like goddamn, like a pillow, throws him like 20 yards,
A
bounces
little
off
baby.
he bounced him off the announce table, and then fucking Pac just dragging him around the ring, and like, yo, just, and like you said, bringing out the aquarium. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna fucking drown this guy. It's insane, man. But like you said, the story within the match, that after Moxley hits that Death Rider through the two tables on the outside, you hear Mox begging and pleading, like, I don't want to do this to you, man. Like, he's talking with passion
Yeah.
in his tone, like, with love, like, I don't want to do it, just quit. And then, you know, he's so roughly like, you don't fucking know him, man. I like, he's insane. He doesn't know what he's doing. Save him from himself. Like, he's trying. He's trying. He sounds like more of like a concerned parent than he does an opponent right there.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the story in itself. And like you said, where the hell is all his friends? The lights come out and Sting comes out, takes out everyone with the bad, carries Marina Shafir to the back, and you know, Mox, you know, quits. You know, I understand what people are saying. Maybe the ending was a little flat, like, you made him quit with the Scorpion Deathlock. I think there's a story. I think I wouldn't be surprised on Wednesday we get a further explanation why he quit so quick. What if the reason he quit so quickly from the Scorpion Deathlock was he did it to save Darby in a sense, you know, because he could have gotten out. I mean, he could have gotten out that submission, but the fact that he did everything he did to Darby in that match, and he just kept coming and coming, that he knew he was going to quit. Like, his demeanor changed when the match started, in the sense that, yeah, he's inflicting all this punishment, but he also wants to protect Darby from himself. So I wonder if the quick tap, the quick saying "I quit" from the Scorpion Deathlock, like, was that Mox's way of like protecting Darby from himself? That's why I'm really curious to see what's going to happen on Dynamite. Like, if there's a further explanation, because I don't think it says clear and cut as we saw on our TVs. Like, so I'm real interested in that. But nah, this shit was insane. It was a sprint to the finish, and goddamn, I mean, they could have done so much more. Don't get me wrong, but I think for me, I found it satisfying what they did.
Same here, man. Great show, top to bottom. You know what we got to do on a scale of 1 to 10? What you giving it tonight, Ball Bro?
Man, this one, I loved like giving 3 women's matches on this card. Hopefully that's the norm going forward. They all knocked it out of the park. I love the fact that the FTR speed jet speed match leaked from the tailgate brawl on to starting the pay-per-view like that. That's the first time I think I've ever seen. I mean, it's a great strategy. Like, hey, you want to see the rest of the match? Buy the pay-per-view, or like it was insane. I think every match, no match is disappointed for me. I mean, we got a shocking turn from Samoa Joe. We got Mercedes and Stack coming up on Full Gear. A whole bunch of stories progressed, like Joe turning on Hangman. That's going to extend that feud for a little longer. We got the Ops turning heel right now versus a babyface Hurt Syndicate now. We got so much stuff to look forward to this upcoming Wednesday on Dynamite. And like I said, I don't think Mox and Darby are done by a long shot at all. I think we're getting a further explanation to the ending of the match on Wednesday, hopefully. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. My opinion. I said 8.5 out of 10 earlier in one of my group chats, but thinking about it more and just where everything is going from here, I'm gonna bump it up to a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 from Bald Bro. My explanation for my rating is this. I do these live streams every week, almost every day now. And usually during every live stream, I have a dinner, and during the shit match, I tend to eat my dinner. There is an unopened Panda Express meal in my kitchen that I was not even able to touch because every single match had me on the edge of my seat. It's 1:30 a.m. in the morning where I am right now. That shit's going in the garbage. I'm not about to eat that. This pay-per-view from top to bottom was incredible. I'm at a 9.7 here for this, man. This was great. Not one moment. I'm tired as hell right now. Trust me, when I hit stop on this stream, I'm going to bed. I done hit the inhaler twice already on this live stream. But yo, this is crazy. This was a great show, entertaining from top to bottom. And it didn't leave you. There's so much more coming. When they were announcing Dynamite and they were talking about how Chris Statlander now is in a feud with Mercedes Moné. You got the trios title with Hangman. He's going to get involved in that shit. The Demand is going to get involved in that shit. And let me tell you what the icing on the cake is. They're announcing the brackets for the women's tag team title tournament. This is the show that keeps on giving. AEW needs to be given their roses right now. It may not be competition on a level of making money, selling out tickets, but in the hearts of true professional wrestling fans like me and Bald Bro, AEW is in the lead right now. 1000%. But that's my 9.7 and my spiel for today. Drop some jewels on them. What's going on with Group Chat Wrestling before we get out of here?
Guys, Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on watch our video episodes on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify and all podcast platforms. We're 67 episodes strong. Follow us on Twitter at GW Podcast UK for all news and updates regarding the show. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, GW Podcast UK, where we upload a number of clips for every episode every week. GW Podcast UK, real graps, real wrestle talk, real wrestling fans.
Don't miss it. And make sure you guys also check out, if you've been under a rock somewhere or hide in a cave, we have expanded our pro wrestling content. Now we have the Holy Sports, where we cover NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and all other sports outside of professional wrestling. And it is taking the hell off. I swear, in like 2 months, I can see the Holy Sports passing the Holy Shit Podcast wrestling version. It is doing that well. We want to thank you all tuning in every week, watching the live stream, checking out our picks. We appreciate it like crazy. And we just going to keep going with this, man. This is not just wrestling anymore. We covering all sports. Tomorrow, NFL Week 7. Check out that. Live streams all day. You know how we do. But till next time, it's been real, you guys. I'm tired. It's 1:30 a.m. in the morning where I'm at. It's been real. Your boy ABE from DET.
And that Bald Bro for the NYC.
And you guys have been tuning in to the AEW WrestleDream post show by the Holy Shh Podcast. Peace.